Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share and play. Today, I just wanted to go through just a few of the pages from some of the junk journals that I've been starting to learn and teach myself. All of these are inspired by other YouTubers and Pinterest pages and people. Everybody is so creative. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that I have been playing with. A sheet with a little notepad in the front. That was just a piece of paper that I had that went through to a picture. This particular picture was one that I tried to draw and paint, didn't like, so I folded it in half and stuck it in a journal. There's always a place to use it. And then I added stamping over the top of that, and it felt like an oddly clean page for such a mess. This one here, just chucked a bit of paper in there. It's just mucked about on the backgrounds and added a couple of places for journaling. This page, you can see here, or I don't know if you can. So there, I've actually sewn these leaves. So I photocopied leaves and then I sewed around the edges of them. But again, I didn't like how that particular result turned out. So I used them for texture. And all I did on this page was I painted over those. I think with just a sponge, painted over that page, did a little edge, added a few lines, pops a little something something from somewhere, and Bob's your uncle. Here I decided to go wild and collaging, and then I thought, gosh, that's a busy page. So I made the opposite, just really, really simple. Again, giving somewhere to write. I love how people do this. So I do this almost every time now, where I pop little charms in the middle rather than cutting off when I'm doing things like a pamphlet stitch or things like that. This is something I must remember. So had this image of nature. Yeah, that was something that I stuck on top. Then what I did was I cut out some of the digi kits that I've bought and from magazines, other leaves and nature bits and bobs and whatever you call that, to put on top. And I don't know, it was just something easy to remember. Here I had the image and the little journal space is the smaller bit rather than the journal and the little image. I never quite found the right cover that I wanted for this, so this is actually just stuck in here temporarily. In fact, it's not stuck in there at all yet. There you go. I don't even know my own work. All right, here, again, had done a background, did some inking around a page, chucked a DigiKit dragonfly on the top. Here, I actually popped a little bit of ribbon, and that's a pull-up instead. I don't know why I did it. It just felt good at the time. This is the other side of that one that I said I did the, so you can see what I mean. I printed out, there we go. No, let me see. There we go, the expert camera person. So you can see there, I've got an actual photocopy of actual leaves, and then I've done some sewing around them. I really like that effect. And here, I've sewn around the corner pocket. It was just a bit of heavier cardstock. I think it was a picture out of a book, and that was just a journal card or bookmark. Not quite sure what all the different bits are called. That was just out of a DigiKit. That was just out of a DigiKit. That was a piece of paper that I had. I think that was a serviette, actually, by the looks of it. And yep, that's another serviette. More space for people to journal in. So yeah, I want to do more of this. I didn't think to actually do some of those for my current big book. Here was, I've got in my existing book lots of little pages of text. So I just wanted to keep that as a little bit of a reminder on some of the other things I can do on it. So here I've simply put a photo over it with a journaling spot. That was just from a digi kit. Popped a bit of a journaling spot on the back. So just something to remember for next time. Here, the only thing I'm remembering is, gosh, I just love using lace. This was another thing, another version of that. On this one, I've completely covered it up. I've added a teeny journaling spot on that one. Oh, that's right, because I wanted to remember. See, I'm getting very vague in my old age. I wanted to remember that you can also put belly bands or little secret things underneath. So at first glance, it looks like a fairly simple page, and then, ooh, surprise! You know, well, that's what I think anyway. Here, I actually used that opportunity. That was just another drawing, that an ink one by the looks of it, that I wasn't as happy with, or it might have been the back of that other one. So here I used the ribbon to cover up the back of that little, I think they're called brad clips. I call them split pins. I'm sure that's what my mum used to call them. Another journaling space. So there you go. That's that book. And that's the temporary cover until I find a better one. Okay, this was another little experiment. I ended up, what did I do? I have no idea what I did. Okay, we'll start from the beginning. I've used nothing more than a piece of rope to actually bind this in. This is material that I probably could have ironed before I popped it in, but obviously I was far too eager. Here I've actually done some stamping on calico, which I adore, and use bits of ribbon and bits of offcuts of fabric. And then I've done some sewing, and I've done a bit of stamping on the cover too. So that was how I created that particular cover. And actually doing something like that would be nice. If you cut that out, you could use that to paste onto an existing cover of an existing book, like so. Imagine that in the center of an existing book. That'd be pretty cool. So then you could also, I like the idea when you can create something separately, get it all right over there before you pop it in, and then you pop it in as a complete page. It's a nice way, I'm thinking, if you're doing journaling for other people. Alrighty, so again, that was another idea of stuff I can do with these little mini pages to remind me and get my thought processes going. I know that I learnt this one from the Paper Outpost. That is a little foldy, flippy book, which I just love that little waterfall, that little off-center piece that you get. And that looks like one of her ideas too. Yep, that was a lovely way that she inspired me to do little paper clips that you just do them like little flags, which is really cute. Okie dokie. Here, I don't always think to paste. I love doing little mini books. I have a ton of little mini books. I can't stop making them, and actually I might have to make another mini book in my next video. But this was a little mini book that I literally have stuck on to this page, and I quite like that idea. That was just using those doilies that we all get, and I'm never quite sure what to do with them. I love these kind of pages where they're a big collage page, but then there's actually a little surprise in this one, that there's a little birdie peeking behind there, and this is one of those kind of tucks. So she just sits in there, but you wouldn't even know that she's in there, and there she is, another little journaling spot. More of those little centerpieces. I think they're so much fun. Here again, I love the idea that you don't quite know that there's little hidden tucks, so I'm hoping to do more of these and there's a little hidden tuck there behind that journal card, which looks like a bit of a printout or something that I've bought from one of those packs at Kmart or something like that. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I get more of those clever ones. Here I had a flip out, but I liked the idea that I did a little tuck spot in there. There's some little printables, and here are some little mini, whoops, there you are. Here are some little mini cardboard bits that look like little file folder things. When you flip it out, there's a lovely big journaling spot in there. Music sheets. Oh, I can't get enough of them. There you go. There's a hello. That just amused me. Those little guys in there. Where are we? Again, another little spot, and hiding the second journaling space under that. Lots of different things. What was this? Always reminded by Pam at the Paper Outpost that little note cards and things can actually be as simple as stapling something together, chucking a stamp on the top, and there you've got something interesting. Me playing about on my sewing machine, and that's actually another stamped calico as a material back page. So I find that quite wonderful. Here is a tuck spot that's sort of like a belly band that goes all the way through. Hello! Peekaboo! Okay. But there's a beautiful printed ribbon that I got from someone on Etsy. And no, that doesn't come out. It's just the little bookmark. So that's just that little bit. So that was just another thing to remember. And that was that book. So I hope you enjoyed. That was just a little peek into my unusual mind. And keep creating. So this is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share and play. See you next time. Bye guys.